everyone, and welcome to tonight's Sports Spotlight here on your Community Cable Network. I'm Bob Hickox along with Steve Bish, and tonight we come to you from a chilly alumni field in Milton, where the Milton Black Panthers will take on the Mifflinburg Wildcats. Steve, what should we look for in a game tonight?
Well, Mifflinburg is 6-2 and really an exciting resurgence in their football program. Milton, a very strong 7-1 after losing to Shamokin, has reeled off 7 in a row. I think this is going to be a classic matchup against a team that finesses the ball, throws the ball in Mifflinburg, and a power team with Milton coming right at them. I really look for potentially a high-scoring game tonight.
Well, potentially high-scoring game. Is the wind going to be a factor? Because we're standing down here, and it is chilly and cold, and it is windy.
It is cold, and we have a crosswind, and I think it's going to make it very difficult to throw the ball. I think if you concentrate on short passing, you have a chance to throw it. But if you try to throw it down the field very far, I think you're going to take some chances.
Well, stay with us. We'll have this exciting action when we return after this.
My family and I have bought the last 5 vehicles here at Hawkins. Being a comparison shopper, I always go where I get the best deal.
For generations, people keep coming back to Hawkins Chevrolet Oldsmobile. You'll get the best prices and excellent service after the sale on new Chevrolet Malibus, Cavalier Z24s, and Trailblazers, or Oldsmobile Alero and Intrigue. We've also got an excellent selection of super clean, pre-owned cars and trucks. Start a tradition. Come to Hawkins Chevrolet Oldsmobile. You'll come back again and again.
There are other ways to get out there, but then you don't get all the styling, engineering, and mystique of a Kawasaki Vulcan.
This semi-bezel set Adalink style demonstrates new century styling with the security and safety of a bezel setting. This setting shows the grandeur and beauty of each diamond, while at the same time, it blends the links into a scintillating string of diamonds while you build it to its breathtaking completion. Give your special person an inch of diamonds on those very special occasions at a very special price. Adalink, exclusively at...
The law firm of Robert E. Benyon, located at 205 Broadway in Milton, handles the general practice of law, including divorce and domestic matters, wills and estates, real estate and mortgages, business formation and bankruptcy, and Social Security disability. For your consultation, call 742-9677.
Welcome back to Milton's Alumni Field on this homecoming game. Tonight's captains are number 12, Stu Sumner, number 26, James Highstand, 37, Jason Jarrett, 55, Bob Benyon, and 88, Marlon Smith for Milton. And for Mifflinburg, Deacon Klein, number 25, Seth Bilger, number 43, and Anthony Threet, number 76. Milton has won the toss, and they will receive, and Mifflinburg will be kicking from the south end of the field to the north side. Very important game for both of these teams.
Bob, it's going to be interesting to see just how much effect this wind has. We've been talking about the passing game, but I think it can be very critical in the kicking game also.
Oh, yeah.
And in field position early on. In a game like this, field position can be very important. I look for Milton to get the ball and really try to establish something right from the get-go. I know in talking with Coach Max Schneider before the game, he feels that they may have an advantage in that interior 5, and I think he's going to test Mifflinburg and just see what they can do against that run. So I look for Milton to come out and take it right at Mifflinburg.
Your officials for tonight's contest are going to be referee Todd Desmond, your umpire Kevin Ransom, your linesman Jeff Rager, line judge Ed Conklin, and your back judge would be Lester Link. And Todd Desmond, the referee in the white hat, he will be talking with us, talking to you, making the calls. As we have our referees mic'd here on CCN, one of my favorite parts of it, because I just love to hear the officials talk.
Well, Bob, the other factor I want to mention going into this game, this is the first time in several weeks that Milton's coming into a ball game. I won't say 100% healthy, but I think they're probably in the mid-90s anyhow. Marlon Smith pretty much ready to go. Jason Jarrett still nursing a sore shoulder, but cleared to play, and I think Coach Max Snyder's feeling pretty good about the physical condition of his team.
And the kickoff is going to go to, it's going to be picked up by Ty Mitchell on the 12. He's up the middle, and he's going to be pushed back to the 15-yard line.
82, Robert Hawley, senior, making the tackle. It was just, the timing was just off in that. The ball bounced around, and they never really got anything set up.
Now Milton's starting lineup here, Steve.
Okay, starting at one end, number 12, Stu Sumner. At the other end, 88, Marlon Smith. Tony Gibbons at fullback. Jim Highstand at a halfback. Jason Jarrett at a halfback. And Chase Phillips is the quarterback.
And there's a break in Highstand. He could go all the way. He's across midfield. He's going to cut back in. And he is tackled by number 3, Tim Devaney, as a huge run right up the middle, and Highstand burns him deep.
Unbelievable. We can't even get the lineup set. Unbelievable run. Jimmy Highstand breaking free and just showing his open field running ability. Boy, that was a thing of beauty. Clear down to the 20-yard line, make that a 63-yard run.
First play from scrimmage.
Here we go. We'll get the that interior front 5 set in just a second as soon as we catch our breath.
Phillips runs them 1st and 10 from the 20. And it goes to Mitchell, and he's knocked back. All right, can we squeeze him in now?
We sure can. The tackles, obviously somebody sprung Jimmy Highstand. The tackles, 55, Bob Benyon. 56, Brandon Rote. The guards, Philip Herman, 54, 72, Bo Furman, and Adam Stallnecker is the center.
It'll bring up a 2nd and 10. Ball spotted just over the 20-yard line. Call it the 19. Phillips pitches to Highstand. He tries to cut it up the middle. Now he cuts it to the outside. And a good tackle there by number 25, Deacon Klein. He couldn't get the corner turn, Steve.
Boy, Klein really made a super play. They're forcing that from the inside.
Yeah.
Highstand, I didn't see who he faked out. He literally faked somebody right out of their shoes. And Klein really made a saving tackle. If Highstand turns a corner and Klein doesn't catch him on that pursuit, you're looking at a 7-8 yard gain there.
And it turns out to be about a 1-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 9. After the big play, Milton has slowed down there. You take a look at Jimmy Highstand, number 26, out of the wishbone. And there's going to be a penalty there, and that probably will be offsides Mifflinburg.
That's a big penalty. Mifflinburg had done a nice job keeping Milton in 3rd and long and just really kind of tough down distance, but somebody jumped into the neutral zone and going to give Milton a much more favorable 3rd and about 5, and they're really in 4-down territory.
Encroachment on the defense.
There you hear Todd Desmond call the encroachment. As soon as you jump into that neutral zone, it's all over. You can't get back in high school football. And it brings up a 3rd and a long 4, call it 5. And there's a handoff up the middle.
Well, there's a whistle. I think there's going to be a procedure penalty.
And Milton's going to give it right back.
Well, they didn't give the ball back. That's the good news.
Let's see what this one is.
Procedure on the offense.
Somebody was off in a snap count, so
they just trade penalties there.
Penalties nullify each other, so they're Milton back to a 3rd and long situation. It's going to be interesting to see if Coach Max Snyder goes to the passing game, what he'll throw. Milton doesn't really feature a lot of short passes. They do throw some play action, but it's a tough crosswind, and it's not going to be an easy night to throw the ball.
Wind is blowing from the right side of your screen to the left, and Phillips is going to carry the ball. He's across the line, and he's in for the first down, as it was a option play, an option, and Phillips keeps it all the way, and that'll move the sticks. Ball's going to be spotted inside the 10-yard line.
That was a real nice call. Milton showed the formation to the field, to the wide side of the field. Chase Phillips came out with a little counter option action, took it into the short side, took it right up the field. And boy, I mean, he really turned it up, Bob. That was a nice run.
It's 1st and goal from right inside the 10. It goes to Jason Jarrett. He's hit. Boy, he got a big hit. Closed down on him. Number 25, who is Deacon Klein, all over that field. Put the final hit on Jason Jarrett, still nursing that shoulder.
Well, Klein, 5'11", 205, nice-sized kid, and he has reacted very well defensively from his linebacker position. And Milton not able to run the ball up inside. And I know that's something Coach Max Snyder wanted to establish early.
It is 2nd and 9 up, and there's another offsides, and I think that was Klein. Looks like he was wanting to blitz on in there, Steve. I think he actually even made contact.
Well, you know, give Mifflinburg credit. They're really playing an aggressive style of football. They're coming out, and they're going to take some chances. I think across the board, they're probably a little outmanned, but they have a finesse team. They've had a lot of success.
Defense, 2nd down.
So it's 2nd and 4. And boy, is the wind just howling across that field. As we wide out, you may be able to take a look at the little ticker tapes on top of the goalpost, almost standing straight out. Milton out of the wishbone. And they have not wound the clock yet. Phillips hands to Gibbons up the middle. He's close to the goal line and be stopped a couple of yards short.
Looks like the ball's down to about the 2. It's tough for it to see here. Let's call it, they're going to spot it on the 3.
I think the 3.
2.
There as we zoom in there, you can see it's probably on the 3-yard line, Steve. So that brings up a 3rd and 3. You going to pound it up the middle here?
Yeah, they've got two chances. You know, I would look for the option again. You go to the well if it's working, and Phillips is a great ball carrier.
Handed up to Highstand, over and in for the touchdown. Highstand with a leap, and he goes over the pile and in for the touchdown. Milton now is leading 6-0 here early at 8 minutes and 2 seconds to go in the first quarter. Just a little inside handoff. Highstand clears it.
Just a little off tackle play, and Highstand really hit that hole, put his head down and turned his shoulders square to the line of scrimmage and powered his way in. Austin Kerstetter on for the extra point. Stu Sumner with the hold.
He's kicking into the wind, and it is a low snap. It just rolled back there, but they're able to get it down and get the extra point. Milton leads Mifflinburg by a score of 7-0. We'll be back with more first quarter action after this.
Shocking tragedies have occurred and America is in mourning. A long period of uncertainty and recovery awaits us all. The American Red Cross is providing life-saving assistance, including precious blood, food, shelter, and grief counseling. We honor our heroic relief workers, victims, and their families. Please call 1-800-GIVE-LIFE to donate blood or 1-800-HELP-NOW to offer financial support. Together, we can save a life.
Everyone in your hometown is talking about CCN News 8. Local news that happens every day, right in your own backyard. CCN is there, covering the events that are shaping your community. You get the full story first. With Debbie Bortel, Chris O'Rourke, and Sam Hallman, news, weather, and sports has never been so local. Tune in weeknights at 5:30 and 10 p.m. and the following morning at 7 a.m. for CCN News 8. your only source for truly local news. CCN News 8, right here at home.
I tell you, that extra point made possible by Stu Sumner.
Well, anybody that's ever played the game, if you've ever tried to be a holder, that was exceptional. It was a terrible snap from center, rolled back. Sumner was able to get that ball, get it placed, and Austin Kerstetter able to really drive it through. That was
a low liner there.
That was impressive. That is not easy to do.
Mifflinburg standing back on their own 10-yard line. Kerstetter kicks it into the wind.
Devaney.
It'll be taken by Devaney. He cuts to the outside. He's across the 30. Let's see where they spot him. Looks like about the 43-yard line. So they'll have good field position to start.
I think it's about the 30. Well, what is that? That's a 38.
38, sorry.
39. Call it the 39. First and 10.
All right, yeah, in Mifflinburg's lineup.
Okay. Caught me unawares there, Bob. Split end, Kyle Heimbaugh, 34. The flankers, number 3, Tim Devaney just returned that. Luke Flickinger is the fullback. Deacon Klein, the tailback, and Zach Kurtz, number 4, is the quarterback.
Send Devaney in motion out of the eye, up the middle. Gain of maybe 1.
Flickinger, the fullback, call it...
gain of, give him about 2 on that.
Now you're generous. We'll give him a long one. Rounding out that lineup, the tackles, 76 Anthony Threet and Colby Libhart. Billy Gonzalez and Jay Richards are the guards, and Dion Klein is the center.
Another hand up. Wow, Milton is definitely swarming.
A little counter action there to Klein, and nobody fooled absolutely at all by that.
There you take a look at the Milton defensive line. Got some big boys on that side.
Actually, I'm going to call that, we'll call it no gain. But Milton, very aggressive. Yeah, you look at these two lines and across, at least on paper, they match up fairly well. Probably the major difference is experience. Mifflinburg with a much younger front 5 than Milton, but size-wise, they match up pretty well. Devaney in motion.
Oh, nice pickup of the block. And that ball was thrown out of bounds.
Intended for Devaney, and I tell you, he had probably a step. And, Zach Kurtz has a nice arm, gets rid of the ball in a hurry, and that's definitely a weapon. And Milton is going to have to be on their toes. It's one of those games, Bob, where you can stop a team 3, 4, 5, 6 times, and boom, they'll hit you with that big play and keep themselves right in the game.
Deacon Klein will be punting deep to High Stand and Mitchell standing on their own 20. And it looks like they're kicking away from everybody, and High Stand lets it go.
End over end kick.
And they're
Jimmy High Stand looked like for a second he was going to take a chance, but wisely moved away from the ball. Milton going to pick up the ball on about the 17, which is about where they started the first time, Bob.
That's right. It'll be 1st and 10. Ball spotted on the 17-yard line. We have 6 minutes and 27 seconds in the first quarter. Milton leads this contest by a score of 7-0. Mifflinburg goes 3 and out.
Milton coming out, breaking the wishbone now, and a double set. High Stand comes in motion, and a quick sweep turns it upfield, and really maybe a couple of yards on that. Mifflinburg doing a nice job though on contain.
Clay Gessner in on that tackle. That'll bring up a 2nd and 8, as we'll give them 2 on that. As Todd Desmond trying to get the Milton players and coaches back off the side of the field. Single setback send, High Stand in motion, handoff. It's a Stu Sumner, or Chase Phillips, keeper for the first down. I tell you, they do their fakes so well that it fakes us out.
Well, now I'm not including that, Bob. I knew he had it. He does. Chase Phillips does a nice job handling the ball, reading that outside contain, and turned it up Nice 10-yard gain, giving Milton a first down clear out to the 30-yard line.
So it'll be 1st and 10, ball spotted on the 30-yard line. Send Mitchell in motion and an inside handoff. I'm trying to see, was that Jarrett?
That was Jason Jarrett, right. Nice power run by Jason.
We'll give him 4 on that.
Tough 4 yards. Tell you, this stable of backs Milton has with Mitchell and Highstand and Jarrett, I mean, all of them are legitimate threats. Jimmy Highstand closing in on 1,000 yards could reach it tonight with a big night. But, you know, all 3 of these kids are legitimate 1,000-yard rushers. I mean, they're that talented of a backfield.
Here comes the blitz, and Highstand able to get through there. He's across the 50, he's across the 40, the 30, the 25, 10, touchdown, Jimmy Highstand.
My goodness.
They beat the blitz on that as Klein dove in there, and Highstand able to get around him and burn him big for a touchdown.
Well, that was a 66-yarder, so he improved on his first run. He's having a career the first half, already over 100 yards.
Highstand with his 2nd touchdown. How far was that, Steve?
66 yards.
66 yards. That touchdown coming at 4:45. Austin Kerstetter to kick out of Stu Sumner's hands. Good snap, bobbled, put down, but it up.
Oh, he missed
no,
it.
It's not good.
Boy, that is Austin Kerstetter has just been like clockwork kicking.
Definitely kicking into a strong wind too.
Well, yeah, I don't know what happened. It just looked like the timing was a little off.
The snap was good. The put down was a little bit of a bobble. And Milton puts another 6 on the board with 4:45 to go. We'll be back with more first quarter action in a moment.
ESPN Sunday Night Football.
As a player, you just can't wait to get to this day.
Every snap, every catch, all season long from the people who do it best.
We came at him outside.
Sunday Night Football Fix from Joe, Mike, and Paul. ESPN Sunday Night Football. Sundays at 8:30 only on ESPN.
Kick it up another notch.
Bam! Emerald Live, only on Food Network.
Austin Kerstetter to tee it deep. Devaney and Flickinger. And that's a pretty good kick, and it'll be taken by Flickinger on his own 10, 15, 20. And he'll be knocked down on about the 21-yard line.
Nice play there. We get that number. Boy, those orange numbers are hard to read.
They are. Is that
40, Lynn Yoakum. Lynn Yoakum with a real hustle move down the field and taking Flickinger down really on a one-on-one tackle.
It'll be Mifflinburg 1st and 10 on their 26-yard line, 25-yard line. Deacon Klein, the deep back, out of the eye. Sent close in motion. Oh! There's a hole there for a moment.
There was a hole there. Jason Jarrett came across from safety position and just really leveled. That was number 33, Brian Samsel.
That'll bring up a 2nd and 5. We'll call it a long 5. There's Jason Jarrett. Hampered by a shoulder injury for many games.
Yeah, he has, and it's really cut into his performance. Jason Jarrett, really one of the premier running backs, not only in this area, but I would say the state. Jason, very talented young man, and it slowed him down, but hopefully he's on a road to recovery. They need his talents to be a successful football team.
Oh, and there's a run right up the middle by Kurtz, and he is smacked down.
Good reaction by the secondary. I don't know if he got the first down. Looked like he was going to go a long way.
He's short. He's short of the first down by maybe a yard and a half. It'll bring up a 3rd and short, and it's going to be a the officials will stop the clock.
Going to measure. It's very close.
Oh, no way. That's not even close.
Well, Bob,
I can see that with my naked eye.
It's close, or they wouldn't measure it. Appears that he's a little short, but not much.
I'm telling you, I said he was way off.
First down. Well, so much for that.
Oh my! See, it's that big dust cloud moving across the stadium.
Yeah, that wind is definitely crossed. If anything, it may be a little to Mifflinburg's back. So I look for them to start throwing the football here.
There you can see the stuff blowing across the field as it's a 1st and 10 with 3:30 to go in the first quarter. Mifflinburg gets their first down. Hand it off to Samsel, and he is knocked backwards.
That's going for no gain. It's a game forward progress back to the line of scrimmage, but tough yards. Oh, there's a bad Bob Benyon coming off the field with his shoulder hanging, and boy, I know that's something that Milton does not want to see.
Maybe got a stinger in there. Out of the eye once again, and it's quarterback keeper. He's rolling out. Oh, he hits Deacon Klein. Stu Sumner, he was the first guy to get to him. They really weren't able to get to him, get him down till he was out of bounds. It'll be close to a first down, seeing...
Actually, that pass is number 26, Tony Close, the tight end.
26?
Yep,
you're right, sorry. And they will move the chains once again. Got a nice little drive going here. Ball will be spotted on the 46-yard line.
That's a first down and a little waggle action or bootleg action. And the tight end out in the flats. It's a nice, safe pass. It's a good play call by Mifflinburg, and that's something Milton is definitely going to have to be aware of.
Hand off to the second back through. Samsel, not much doing there as he may get back to the line of scrimmage. Benyon back into the game. Rance on the bottom of that pile.
Samsel for no gain. And Mifflinburg's running has been kind of a delayed attack. By that I mean little cross buck action in the backfield. I don't think you're going to have a lot of success against that front of Milton doing that. I think if you're going to have any success at all, it's going to have to be quick hitters. Just gives the defense way too much time to react.
Klein and Samsel in the backfield, 2 wideouts up, and that'll be an offsides on Milton. That looks like
Nate Peterman.
Yep.
Yeah, Nate was just anticipating that snap count, and coaches are upset about that. But boy, that's
on the defense.
It's just an aggressive kind of penalty where you're trying to tee off, but
can't be giving those yards up like this. Now that puts them in Milton's side of the field. Ball be spotted on the 48-yard line, just across the midfield stripe. Out of the eye, once again, 2 wideouts. And I'm not exactly sure what happened there, Steve.
There was a fumble on the exchange.
Well.
And I'm not sure who got it.
Kurtz had it. He was tackled with the ball, but he lost a couple of yards on that. Now they're back on the Mifflinburg side of it. But it just looked either like Milton played really good, smart defense on that, or there was a fumbled exchange there, but Kurtz ended up with it.
Well, it almost looked like he received the snap unexpectedly. He looked like the most surprised person on the field, and best thing you can say about that is he didn't turn the ball over.
It is now 3rd and 7.
Devaney in motion again to the wide side of the field. High stand going with them. Playing a little one-on-one.
Kurtz rolling out. He cuts back across the middle. And he hits number 34, Kyle Heimbaugh. That'll move to the sticks.
This play, again, Kurtz with a little bootleg action and actually throwing back against the grain to number 34, Heimbaugh. For almost a 10-yard gain and another first down. It was a tough pass by Kurtz, and he made it look pretty easy.
1st and 10, ball on Milton's 40-yard line. We have 38 seconds left in the quarter, and it's another bootleg. Kurtz is under pressure. He gets away from one, he gets away from two, but he doesn't get away from the third one, and they'll wind the clock as he is across the line of scrimmage, knocked out, it looks like on the 38-yard line. So it looks like they're sprinting Kurtz out left and right, Steve.
Well, that was definitely a run-pass option, but he turned, and I'll tell you, Milton's corner or their contain was in good position, and Bo Furman took a great pursuit angle and really forced Kurtz to pull the ball down. And Bo Furman can be proud of that. He really ran him down.
And that is the end of the first quarter with the Milton Black Panthers 13, the Mifflinburg Wildcats nothing. We'll be back with second quarter action in a moment.
Since 1955, Spangler Motors has provided the area with quality sales and service of Ford and Mercury vehicles. We are a family-owned dealership that has built a reputation for honesty and integrity. We offer the full line of Ford and Mercury, including cars, trucks, minivans, and sport utilities. Our philosophy is to deal fairly and honestly with you, our customer, and provide the best service possible for as long as you own your vehicle. By providing superior sales and service, we hope to remain your Ford and Mercury leader well into the next century. Spangler, Route 405, Milton. For the freshest meats in all of Northumberland County, there's no other place but Mertz Meats. Our meat is processed here on site. Sausage is stuffed. Pork chops are smoked in our own smokehouse. Beef is cut, wrapped, and frozen in quarters and halves. Delicious meats start here first. Mertz Meats, Route 147 in Northumberland. The freshest meat in all of Northumberland County.
It's football season, and what better way to watch the game than in a new recliner from Hoover Furniture in Milton. Hoover Furniture features a huge selection of recliners by Lane. Hoover Furniture even has Lane Comfort King recliners built with large individuals in mind. The Lane Comfort King is the biggest, tallest, most comfortable recliner ever built. Plus, Hoover Furniture is an authorized Lane gallery with a great selection of sofas, love seats, and more. So when it's time to watch the game, get comfortable with a Lane recliner from Hoover Furniture in Milton.
Mifflinburg will be driving into the wind here. It's a 2nd and 9. Out of the eye. Sent close in motion. Kurtz has got back pressure, and he is taken down. Good sack there by number 74, John Hartley. Kurtz never saw him coming.
I tell you, John Hartley might be playing the line, but John is a real quick young man. I tell you, he came just unopposed there from the backside, and Mifflinburg's going to have to block that backside, or it's going to be an awful long night.
I think Marlon Smith just went out. There you get a good look at Hartley. And it is now 3rd and 10 for the Wildcats. Sends close in motion, and a handoff to Klein. He bounces off of one. He's trying to go outside.
Nowhere
and he's
to go.
Buried.
Just nowhere to go. Good surge from the Milton defensive front, and again, John Hartley there, just nowhere to go. Klein had nowhere to go. Going to lose about 3 yards in that play.
And no punt on this. It'll be 4th and 13. 10:52 to go. Milton leading by a score of 13-0 in the second quarter. High stand and Mitchell back on their own 10. Klein will be punting right from the midfield stripe. It's off the side of his foot, and it's going to go out of bounds on about the 24-yard line.
That could have been a lot worse for Mifflinburg, but Bob, just a note, as Milton takes over here, I think this is something that's going to be key. If you look at Mifflinburg's rushing attack. Right now, they are rushing for 6 yards.
Mifflinburg has 6 yards rushing.
6 yards rushing.
Yikes.
They have 19 yards passing. I think it's very evident they're going to soon be filling the air with footballs. I think they're going to have a very difficult time running against that Milton front.
1st and 10. Up the middle goes Ty Mitchell. He's across the 50. He's still on his feet, and he's knocked down at the 45-yard line. Ty Mitchell just shot up through there.
Well, as I said, Bob, there's a lot of 1,000-yard rushers on this team. They just don't all have 1,000 yards. And I think that's the way you have to look at it.
I think you just keep going back to what we've said in earlier games where Milton has got the speed. They may not be the fastest guys on the ball field, but they have got the speed and the quickness to get the corners turned.
Well, they do, and they're getting great blocks at the point of attack. I mean, they're not doing this on their own. That line is doing a great job.
Oh, Highstand trying to do a little acrobatics there as he spun his wheels a little bit for a gain of about 7 yards. And the ball will be spotted on the 37-yard line of Mifflinburg. He tried to cut that run back towards the middle, but he kind of spun his wheels.
Jim Highstand has a great cutback. All these backs do, but Milton now taking advantage of that Mifflinburg aggressiveness. So they're coming upfield. They're able to trap them inside. They're able to hook that end, get outside. And
there's Mitchell on the other side. He's cutting it back towards the middle. He's across the 25-yard line, and he'll be knocked down on a 22.
Boy, another nice 17-yard, I don't want to say scamper. That was a power run by Ty Mitchell. And I'll tell you, this young man is impressive. Ty is physically, he's grown a lot, but when he turns his shoulders upfield, Bob, he really runs with some authority. And boy, as a coach, you love to see that. And Mifflinburg calling a timeout here. They got to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, well, how are they going to do that?
Well, that's a very good question. Right now what they're doing is they're really playing aggressive inside. They're running a little bit of an eagle look where they're bringing their tackles down. But Milton taking advantage of that and running that inside trap. And when you get somebody looking inside, they're able to spring it outside. Their backs are so good at giving you that little shoulder dip inside and then taking it outside. And then just when you think you have that covered, then here comes Chase Phillips with that option look, and they're just able to keep the chains moving. 5 first downs, and really Mifflinburg hasn't been able to stop much of anything.
There's take a look at Max Snyder. Mark Wrights was the Mifflinburg coach. Really has turned this program around. They were, what, 0-34 at one time?
I tell you, he's done a magnificent job there. I mean, the enthusiasm, coming into this game 6-2 and an impressive win over Montoursville last week. I mean, Mifflinburg program is definitely on the rise, and they're young. They only started three seniors on that offense tonight, so they've got a great future ahead of them.
1st and 10 on the 23-yard line. It goes to Highstand. He was kind of falling forward, and there's a flag on the play. He fell forward for a couple of yard gain. And it is a hold against Mifflinburg.
Now it's on Milton.
Milton, that's right. You should hear Todd Desmond make the call here. That was the preliminary call. He is the official with the white hat on.
Toughest call in football, Bob. You could call it on every play.
As they mark it off. So that'll take it back to the 31-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 20 on the 31. Gibbons in the backfield. Highstand in motion. It goes to Mitchell the other side. He got the corner turned. He cuts it back. There's going to be another flag on a play. And there is a touchdown. However, there is a flag on the play.
I think they're going to call a block in the back. I'm not sure. It was downfield. It was behind the play.
Yeah, it was after Mitchell had cut back towards his left. Let's see what the call is here. As the official's talking about it. And it does go against Milton.
Wow, that's a big penalty. Ty
block
Mitchell.
in the back.
Nice 31-yard scamper. Well, what it is, it's probably the end, and I don't want to give a number here and accuse anyone falsely.
Offense, first down.
Well, the good news is it's from the point of the foul, and it was downfield, Bob, so it's really only first and about 12 right now, so they're actually gaining on these penalties.
It was an 8-yard gain on that. The bad news about it is it erases a touchdown.
Beautiful run there by Ty Mitchell. Just a great cutback and a very powerful run by that young man.
Gibbons a single setback. High stand in motion, and it's a quarterback keeper. Phillips, he's across the 20, and he's knocked down. Good tackle, good open field tackle there by, who is that, number 24? 34. Kyle Heimbaugh on that, and they're back across the original line of scrimmage for a 2nd and 7.
Well, that was a little counter option again, but the timing was off, and Chase Phillips and Jimmy Highstand actually bumped into each other. But Phillips made a nice 6-yard gain out of not much there.
And there's the option. It's a pitch to Mitchell. He can't get the corner turn, so he cuts it back the other way, and he is down. Try to see this toughest place in the world to pick up spots of footballs. Looks like he's going to be on the 15.
It's going to bring up a 3rd and let's call it 3. But again, we're in 4-down territory, so they have 2 plays to pick this up.
In comes Jason Jarrett with the play. Out goes Gibbons. Jarrett is the setback. Sends Highstand in motion. He's across the 15. He's across the 10, and he's knocked down at the 7.
Just a great run there by Jimmy Highstand. I mean, that little shoulder dip in and out. He's very elusive runner.
This is going to be close. Oh, am I not seeing it? They didn't even look at it. It's first down and goal to go for the Black Panthers. First and goal to go from the 7. I'm going to stop doing that because I'm like 0 for 3 tonight on these first downs.
Nice run by Jimmy Highstand and Milton. The touchdown here, Bob, it's gonna really change the perspective of this game for Mifflinburg, and they're gonna have to try to score quickly.
And it's a handoff up the middle to Jarrett. His forward progress is down to the 5-yard line.
Boy, some tough yards there by Mifflinburg's been tough to run on right up the middle, but by the same token, Milton hasn't tried to run up the middle very often.
And don't have to.
No, they don't have to. You're right.
Let's not forget that Mifflinburg beat Montoursville last week.
Well, what's beating Mifflinburg right now, plain and simple, is Milton's quickness. That's the difference in the game.
Mitchell in motion. It's the pitch to Mitchell. He's got 5. He's got touchdown. Ty Mitchell. This time he makes it. No flags on that play as Ty Mitchell scores the 3rd Milton touchdown from 7 yards out.
Well, that's speed. I mean, Mifflinburg was there. Mitchell just literally outran the coverage.
6:44, that touchdown comes. Let's see if they try to go for 2 here. Chase Phillips in, and I believe they will attempt a 2-pointer here as Austin Kerstetter nervously paces the sidelines. Trying to make it a 21-0 game. It's 19-0 now. Handoff goes, to Chase Phillips. He loses the ball, and he is down, so they do not convert on the 2-point conversion attempt.
Well, that was a nice defense. I didn't see who made that tackle, but looked like Phillips was going to walk in the end zone, and
then all of a sudden the hole closed.
Somebody came out of nowhere and made a great stop there.
Ty Mitchell scampers in for a 7-yard touchdown and puts Milton up by a score of 19-0 with 6:44 remaining in this first half. We'll be back with more first half action in a moment.
Football season is here, and Daily News Live will keep you up to date on the latest around the NFL. Every Monday, Mike Quick breaks down the Eagles game, as well as other key games in the league. Wednesday, it's time for a road trip around the NFL, featuring interviews with players, coaches, and writers from other cities. And every Friday, Vegas Vic gives you the odds and picks of the week. Catch Daily News Live, presented by Verizon Wireless, every weeknight at 5, only on Comcast Sportsnet.
Every Tuesday at 7:30, it's HGTV's Curb Appeal. Get designer ideas, tips, and tricks you can use to make your house the envy of the neighborhood.
Get even more ideas at hgtv.com.
Curb Appeal, every Tuesday at 7:30, only on HGTV, Home and Garden Television.
Milton ready to kick it off once again as Austin Kerstetter tees it up, trying to kick deep to Deconcline, and that baby is back to the 3.
Oh, great kick.
And that's that Devaney?
Devaney with the ball.
He's across the 20.
Oh, he's
across the 30. He's across the 50. He's got Kerstetter to beat. Kerstetter's going to get him. And Austin Kerstetter has made another tackle, another touchdown-saving tackle. I'll tell you, he's made a few of those this year.
There's a flag down.
I think that's a face mask.
Well, hey, you grab anything you can get at that point. But Austin Kerstetter making literally a touchdown-saving tackle. He's done that
a couple of times.
Yeah, he has. And Austin's a great athlete, and again, a track star for Milton. So it's a nice man to have as a safety valve back there. But Mifflinburg's going to have this ball deep in Milton territory. Great field position.
And just that quick, Milton finds themselves in a deep hole as it'll be 1st and 10. Ball be spotted inside the 20, I believe, Steve. In this new school expansion, didn't we get numbers on the field?
Well, it's not done yet.
I'm going to come out here and I'm going to paint some numbers or hashes on the field. Milton is really one of the toughest places to see the ball. There you see Todd Desmond, and they're trying to figure out where the ball is going to be spotted from the point of the infraction. And it is a face mask.
Oh,
and a personal foul.
Personal foul. You have 2 penalties. I didn't see the second flag come in.
Not exactly sure what that would be.
They'll offset, I believe, and the ball will be right there.
Are they gonna, what are they doing? The ball is resting on the 20, but it looks like they're gonna walk it off.
And then they'll walk it back.
And the ball's gonna be spotted on the 10?
Now that's
personal foul, face mask.
Defense.
Now they'll walk it back.
And that'll be a 15-yard.
So Milton gained 5 yards in that deal.
On the defense, it's going to be 1st down.
So it was an unsportsmanlike conduct on Mifflinburg, as somebody probably said something.
Yep.
And
I'm sure that's exactly what happened.
You know, your number 1 guy goes down there and gets taken down with a face mask. Hey, but Kurtz is at it again. He's got the wind in his face. Ball spotted on the 20-yard line. It's 1st and 10, Mifflinburg. And Kurtz the pass. He's got
Devaney, excuse me.
And he's down at the 1. He is down at the 1. And there's what we talked about, Steve, during the break. Is we said that Mifflinburg is going to have to go to the Air Force, and they do. There you take a look at Tim Devaney, 6 foot, 155-pound junior, and he puts Mifflinburg in scoring position.
Well, Bob, let me say this. That was the toughest angle to throw the ball on the field. That was right into the wind.
Yeah.
And so much for that theory, because I'll tell you, Kurtz put that ball on the money. Devaney with a great catch. Mifflinburg knocking on Milton's door.
Uh-oh, it's a broken play, and Kurtz goes down in a pile.
Boy, he's lucky he didn't lose the ball.
He's holding that thing like a
he is
loaf
lucky
of bread.
he didn't lose that.
6:05 to go. It is 2nd and goal to go, and it looks like they'll move the ball back maybe a foot. 5:57. It's 19-0. Mifflinburg needs points on this board on this drive.
Yeah, they really do. They cannot afford to not get this in.
Deacon Klein, the single setback they spread, trips to the left. Watch it probably go right up the middle. And a Klein up the middle, and he's bounces off for the touchdown. Number 25, Deacon Klein, the junior, puts Mifflinburg on a board with 6 points. Give it a 1-yard run for Deacon Klein. Coming at 5 minutes and 34 seconds in the second quarter, Dwight Swaney will attempt a left-footed extra point. The kick is up, and it is good. Mifflinburg on the board with a touchdown and an extra point. Milton still leads the contest by a score of 19-7 over Mifflinburg. Stay with us. We'll have more second quarter action when we come back. Stay with us, folks.
Given us much to consider. Usually in sports, if the audience is not exactly involved, loyalty is usually defined as team, but has in a certain way as Kobe Bryant taken his father back to the NBA. Only 17 coaches have won 600 NBA games. George Karl is now one of them. Karl will be 29.
In this time of need, the American Red Cross is profoundly grateful for your generous outpouring of support. A long period of uncertainty and recovery awaits us all. Please maintain your resolve to donate blood. Call 1-800-GIVE-LIFE to schedule an appointment, and please be persistent. Again, call 1-800-GIVE-LIFE. Together, we can save a life.
Dwight Swaney to tee it off once again, and he's got High Stand and Mitchell, probably two of the most dangerous return men in high school football around this area.
Well, a couple of those two with Tim Devaney. And,
it's a chip shot.
Yeah, that's probably a smart move.
Lynn Yoakum with the return up the middle, and he'll be knocked down on about the 30.
You know, Bob, before this game, I had a real sneaking feeling that before this is over, there could be a lot of points scored, and I still think that's very possible. Milton, you know, we've seen has the home run capability on any given play, and with Zach Kurtz and Tim Devaney on the field, you have to believe Mifflinburg can put some points on the board also.
Probably what Milton would like to do here is score before the half. 5:29 to go, about a 3-play drive. As Milton is capable, put High Stand in motion, and it's an option. Phillips wanted to toss it, but he just couldn't get rid of it. As somebody was around his ankles, I think that may have been close, around his ankles, and that'll be a loss of, let's call it 1. It'll be 2nd down and 11 on the 36-yard line.
Well, Chase Phillips wanted to pitch that, but really Mifflinburg had done a nice job. They closed it down. And that's, you know, with the option, sometimes the best play is not to make a play and not to turn it over. Good smart play by Chase Phillips.
Phillips all day long to pass. He's going deep. He's got... Who's he got? Jimmy High Stand. No, it's intercepted.
That's an interception. That is an interception. Unbelievable. That That's like a Franco Harris immaculate reception.
Kyle Heimbach comes down with it. What the heck happened?
That ball never hit the ground. I think that's a good call. We don't have instant replay, but I think that's a good call. That ball
Did it go off of Highstand's chest?
Well, he bobbled the ball just before it hit the ground. Heimbach picked it right out of the air.
Wow.
I know Milton fans aren't going to want to hear this, but I think that's a good call. Well,
wow, there the officials huddle up, and it is first down, Mifflinburg. They get the ball on a turnover as Chase Phillips throws the interception. Jim Highstand bobbled it, and Max Snyder is asking Todd Desmond to come on over and explain what the deal was. And Mifflinburg has got to be thinking, whew.
Well, the question is whether or not the ball hit the ground, and it had to be within inches. And I think that's probably what Coach Max Snyder is questioning, saying that ball hit the ground.
And there you see the Mifflinburg huddle, and the officials just huddled with Max. Max is kind of just...
Well, as a coach, what you do here is you're planting some seeds for the next call. I tell you, it was a very, very close call. It was tough to see from here. But the official called it right away. I'll give him credit. He didn't really hesitate.
Yeah, I saw the beanbag go down right away. And it is 1st and 10, Mifflinburg. On their own 37-yard line. It goes to Devaney. He's out across the 45-yard line, spotted at the 46. And it is close to the first down. Take a look at the spot. It'll be short by about a yard. On the 46-yard line, it'll be 2nd and 1.
I'll tell you, Devaney is an outstanding offensive weapon. Kid has great hands. There you see Coach Max Snyder.
He's still walking away.
Well, I tell you, you got to be concerned. You have this game well in hand, and now all of a sudden the momentum is definitely wearing white and blue right now. And Milton needs to do something to get it back. And there's another, just a quick looking pass to number 13, Clay Gessner, moving the chain. It's a first down.
And that short pass, and that's what we had talked about before the game, before we went on the air, Steve, about the short passes is probably something that's going to have to get Mifflinburg to move themselves down the field.
Well, Zach Kurtz throws the football extremely well, and he's obviously got some kids that can catch the ball. So, a pass like that, that's nothing more than a long handoff.
And that goes to Flickinger, and he is down at the line of scrimmage. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Ball spotted on the Milton 49-yard line with 4 minutes and 5 seconds to go here in the first half.
I know this is going to sound like second guessing, and I don't really mean it that way, but I really think Mifflinburg's kind of shooting themselves in the foot with some of their running game. Their plays are very slow developing. They're not giving themselves a chance to move the ball. And I think with quick hitters, they have a chance or play pass off of that. Well, let's see what they go to.
Out of the eye, it was a pump fake, and Benyon is trying to get him one-handed, and it holds him up enough that he can't get the pass off as Benyon he had one hand on him, trying to drag him down.
Well, a little spot and go, gave the pump fake, and he was trying to hit Devaney down the sideline on a fly pattern. And Devaney, might have had a step. He wasn't wide open, but best pass defense is a good pass rush, and Bob Benyon was right there for a 2-yard loss.
Flickinger and Klein in the backfield. Send Devaney in motion to the right. Back to pass goes Kurtz. He's got... He was trying to hit, I think, Heimbach. And was that broken up by Highstand?
It was broken up by Ty Mitchell.
Ty Mitchell?
Great closing move by Ty Mitchell, because I'll tell you, it appeared that pass was open. Ty came out of nowhere.
And all of a sudden, Steve, it's 4th and 12.
Well, that was an impressive defensive stand by Milton, because I tell you could just feel the whole ebb and flow of this game kind of changing, and Milton defense buckled up the chin straps and made it real tough. Oh, here's a fake punt.
And what a tackle there. Seth Bilger gets knocked down on the 45-yard line, so the fake punt goes for naught, and it'll be 1st and 10 Milton with 2 minutes and 54 seconds to go and a cloud of dust over the field.
Well, snapped it to the short man, tried to catch Milton either setting up for a return or just over-rushing, over-aggressive, and Milton really heads up on that, and I give Mifflinburg credit, Bob. They're pulling out all the stops.
And a handoff to Mitchell. He's retreating. He's across the midfield stripe, and he is knocked down on the 47-yard line. He gave a little to get a little on that.
Well, you just have to marvel. These backs will run a play, and it really looks like nothing there. And all of a sudden, they set the chains, and it's like a 6 or 7 yard gain. You can't figure out how they did it. But it's Ty Mitchell just really out in pursuit for a nice 7 yard gain.
It is 2nd and 3. Ball spotted on the 47-yard line. 2:45 to go. Here comes the blitz. It's a pitch to Highstand. He cuts it back the middle. He's still on his feet, and he's knocked down on a 32-yard line.
What a move by Jimmy Highstand.
So he beats the blitz on that one and able to turn it back towards the middle for the big gain in the first down.
Mifflinburg right now is really selling out on defense, and I don't mean that critically. They're doing anything they can to try to stop this rushing juggernaut that Milton has going.
Well, nobody's really stopped that this year.
No, they haven't, but Jimmy Highstand, I mean, some of these plays are not exactly wide open. They're just great athletic moves.
Ty Mitchell gets a first down. He's across the 20. He'll be knocked down on the 17-yard line.
Just a quick 15-yard scamper, Bob. That's all. I mean, it's unbelievable.
2:22 to go.
Give Chase Phillips a lot of credit. He's kind of the guy that makes this whole offense go. I've said that before in previous games, but Chase isn't always real flashy, but he just does not make mistakes out there. He turns it up when he has to. He pitches it when he has to. He makes that pass when he has to. He's the engineer of this offense, and has done a fantastic job all year, continuing to do that tonight.
And it's a handoff up the middle to Jarrett. He's driving. He's across the 15, mark it at the 14. There you see Jarrett coming back.
And I tell you, before this is over, I look to see Jason Jarrett just pop one of those. If he beats that initial block, Jason Jarrett's a kid that can get 50 yards downfield in a hurry on a straight dive.
It's 2nd and 7 for Milton. Ball spotted on the 14. Highstand in motion, and there's a flag on the block. Ty Mitchell. Ty Mitchell bailing out and getting hit from the flag.
He's so quick they can't even hit him with a flag.
Oh, right where that flag was headed. You don't want to get hit. And it's offside Milton. Oh.
I don't know who that was on. It was called it offside, so somebody must have been lined up offsides.
And it'll be 2nd and 12.
We're down to 142, so it's a big drive for both teams. Milton would like to get this in the end zone. If Mifflinburg could put up a defensive stand here, that would be a big shift in this game.
Phillips looking to pass. Oh, he tries to hit Highstand on a 10. No good. Blitz was coming that time. They almost got to him, but Phillips able to sprint out to his left-handed quarterback, and tried to ease it in there, and it one-hopped.
Well, that blitz saved it because he had to try to squeeze it in, but on the backside post, Stu Sumner went down and was open. He had his man beat, and he just kind of stood there with his hands on his head. But had Chase Phillips had just a little more time, I think he would have seen Sumner, and I think you'd be looking at a touchdown. Milton taking a timeout.
Well, Max calls a timeout right here. Kerstetter was warming up on the sideline. You may see a field goal attempt if they cannot get the first down, or if they're a little bit too far out for a touchdown here, Steve.
Well, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do here. This is a big play, this 3rd down. I think if they get a good chunk of yards, they have 3rd and about 12, I think you might see Max go for it, but if they get 3 or 4 or 5 yards, he may give Austin Kerstetter a shot at this.
Well, they'll have a 3rd and 12 with a $1:28 left on the clock.
I have to say this, very impressed with this Mifflinburg team. These kids are really playing hard. You can just see an entire different attitude in this football team, what we've seen in the past few years, and they are a handful. There's no question about it. They have some good size. They have some excellent skill kids, and there's no quitting that team.
3rd and 12. Phillips calling out the signals. High stand in motion. It's a bootleg. Throwing it back, and he throws it over Jason Jarrett's head. Jarrett had to climb the ladder there. It was kind of a screen.
Well, it was. It was a kind of a throwback screen, but number 5, Luke Flickinger, was right there. It was doubtful whether that would have gone for anything or not, because he had kind of smelled that out and was standing there waiting for it.
Well, they do not bring the kicking team out. Max will try 4th and 12. They've got to get down to the 7-yard line for a 1st down. Gibbons in there, as well as High Stand and Mitchell out of the wishbone. Stu Sumner wide to the left. Phillips back. He tries that bootleg once again. He's got Sumner. He's still in it, and he's touchdown, Stu Sumner.
What a play by Stu Sumner. What a play by Chase Phillips. 20-yard touchdown pass. Boy, you talk about players making big plays. That is a huge play in this game. Huge play. If Mifflinburg stops them, they're in this game. Now they're looking at an 18 or 19-point deficit.
A 20-yard pass, and Milton calls the timeout. And will they go for 2 here?
Yeah, I think they will.
They tried 2 before, unsuccessful at it. Max goes out wearing the shorts.
That was, what was amazing, and I didn't see the number, but on the back side, it might have been Andy Rance. I'm not sure if Andy was in, but there was an end on the crossing pad. It was wide open, and Phillips, drilled that ball into Sumner.
That was like
he was not open.
He was triple coverage.
He was not open. Mifflinburg was right there, and he put the ball right there, and then Stu Sumner with just a great individual effort to get the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, he was stopped on about the 2, and he just kind of reached his way and lunged towards the pylon and in for the touchdown. Milton now leads 25-7, and we still have 1:14 to go, and it will be out of the wishbone. Nope. Well, Mitchell's going wide. Sumner goes wide one way.
Looks like they have an I formation.
And it will be out of the I with Gibbons, the up back, and High Stand, the deep back. And it's going to be a throwback to Phillips. He gets the extra point. It goes Sumner. It goes Phillips to Sumner to Phillips.
Oh,
little razzle dazzle.
Unbelievable. 12-17.
27-7 is your score here at Milton.
And we've seen it all now, Bob.
That is. So how about that? It just goes back once. It goes from Chase Phillips to Stu Sumner, who was in motion. Sumner throws it back to Phillips, who wasn't open.
I have to laugh. Before the game, we're talking to the coaches, and I'm talking to Coach Schneider, and I said, Max, did you see the Rams game this past weekend where they ran that quick sweep to Oz Hakeem, and then Hakeem runs an option play to Trun Candidate, and Max just smiled and said, we put it in. So when you have skilled players like this, there are a lot of things you can do with the football. And Stu Sumner, a lot of quarterback experience himself, and boy,
yes,
put that right on the money to Chase Phillips.
Austin Kerstetter kicks a squibber on the ground, and it's one hop, and it'll have to be downed. It'll be down by Luke Flickinger as he could not get the handle on it.
Well, I tell you something. If I'm Milton, I think that's the way I kick off the rest. I'm not going to give Devaney a chance to beat me. That kid is very impressive.
And if you're Mifflinburg, that's the way you kick off the Milton. You don't put it in high stand or Mitchell's hands either.
I really think you're seeing three of the best, if not the three best kick returners I've seen all year between these two teams. They're three kids that can take it the root every time they touch it.
It'll be 1st and 10, ball spotted on a 20-yard line for Mifflinburg. They've got 1:12 to go, and it's handed off the middle. Oh, nice tackle there on Deacon Klein.
Andy Rance coming across and just got a handful of jersey and just slowed Klein up enough, and he lost his balance. But good job by defensive end Andy Rance.
4-yard gain for Deacon Klein. It brings up a 2nd and 6. Ball now spotted just over the 25-yard line. There you see Rance, number 49 for the Black Panthers. Bob Hickox along with Steve Bish from Alumni Field here in Milton, where it's a cold and windy night. Kurtz, the quarterback. He's back to pass. Oh, and he one-hopped it to Gessner. Yeah, he just one-hopped it there.
Yeah, he did. That's one of the few misfires that we've seen from Kurtz. But I'll tell you, number 4, Zach Kurtz, 6'1", 175-pound junior, which has to put a little trepidation in you, realizing the kid's coming back next year, and realizing Tim Devaney is also a junior. You have to like what Mifflinburg has returning next year.
They'll go out of the eye with 32 seconds left. Inside handoff to Klein. He's not going to get much. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe give him one on that. And they would probably be just happy to run the clock out, but Milton won't let them. They call the timeout.
Well, they like to make him
punt.
Make him punt, but I think that's Milton's last timeout.
That would be their 3rd timeout.
Well, this is 4th down, so they're going to make him kick it, and that's a good heads-up call by Coach Snyder. And interesting to see now if they go for return or if he puts a stun on and brings everyone and goes for the block here.
Milton, as you heard Todd Desmond say, is out of timeouts. You might as well use them. Yeah, can't take them with you.
Well, strategically, this is a good play. Anytime Milton's returning a punt, that's an offensive play. And only Ty Mitchell deep, so have to think Milton's coming after them.
Deacon Klein, your punter. Let's see what happens if Milton has the return, or they're bringing everybody. And he gets a pretty good kick, and it'll bounce once on the 50, and there'll be no return there. As it's immediately
now there's a mistake.
That's gotta let it roll.
You want to let that roll and let the seconds tick off. That play only took 6 seconds, and Milton with 21 seconds, and they've got time to reel off a couple plays here.
Do you take a crack at the end zone?
They'll try. Yeah, they'll try to spring somebody, whether it's a run and try to get out of bounds, or let Chase Phillips. I like Chase Phillips out on the corner where he's got the option running or passing it. You have no timeout, so they have to be conscious of killing that clock.
Jason Jarrett in the backfield. Phillips looking short. He hits Stu Sumner. Sumner cuts it back the other way. And he's going to be knocked down on the 44-yard line. I can't call timeout.
Well,
there is none.
There's a 1st down though, so the clock's going to stop on the 1st down.
And they said it. They're going to take a look at it, and it's close. And, no. What am I seeing that they're not? It's a 1st down. It was close. I didn't think they had it. But they stopped the clock to move the chains, and it's 12 seconds left.
That's a huge break for Milton. I tell you, if Stu Sumner doesn't get that 1st down, the clock's going to run out. They're never going to get another play off. Good second effort, as he did with the touchdown.
Now there's an equipment problem as they just take a look at Close's helmet as he gets it buttoned up, gets the hat buttoned up.
Well, Milton needs to be on this ball and ready to go. They might have a chance for 2 more plays. Now you can take a shot.
Clock is running down to 10, and he fakes the spike. He's going deep. He's got Golder, and he's overthrown. It was in double coverage, too. That'll stop the clock with 5 seconds. And he faked the spike to stop it, and he pumps once and goes deep to Golder, and Golder was in double coverage, but it was just overthrown. Not a bad play.
No, it wasn't. It's again a good smart play by Chase Phillips. If you can't complete it, you want to miss that ball deep. You don't want to underthrow it for sure. You can tell I'm an old quarterback, Bob, because I really appreciate good quarterback play. And both of these quarterbacks tonight have played exceptionally well, both of them.
Let's see what Phillips does here. Last play of the half. Phillips is going deep, and it's to no one. And that'll end the half with the Milton Black Panthers 27, the Mifflinburg Wildcats 7. We'll have some stats and some commentary when we return for the second half. Stay with us, folks.
Looking for a good quality used vehicle? We have 4x4, sport utilities, pickup trucks, vans, and sedans with options and low mileage and warranties where available. Whether your vehicle is new or used, keep it running in top performance with V&H Motors Parts and Service Department. Our service department will be glad to help you with your warranty work as needed, and of course any general maintenance of your new and used vehicle. And if the need arises, use our body shop with over 30 years of bodywork experience. V&H Motors, family owned and operated since 1936, Route 45, west of Lewisburg.
Turbotville National Bank, your full-featured source for financial services. We provide complete loan services when you need additional finances. A wide variety of savings plans to meet all your financial goals. The benefits of the Winner 50 checking account. The power of PC and telebanking. Now you can manage your money from home with your personal computer or telephone. Plus the convenience of a drive-up ATM and night deposit box. Visit our website at ttnb.com. Your hometown bank for over 88 years. Turbotville National Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Milton's Alumni Field as you see the Black Panthers enter from the south end of the field. Hey, we got some stats for you. What do they look like there, Steve?
Well, Bob, with a score 27-7, the stats are just about as lopsided as the score. Let's start with Mifflinburg first. Mifflinburg, 17 rushes for a total of 12 yards. They have not been able to run the ball at all against Milton.
That's right, 12 yards?
On the passing side, I have Zach Kurtz, 5 for 7 for 57 yards for a total output of 69 yards, 5 first downs, no turnovers, 2 penalties for 10 yards. Their only score coming off a great kickoff return by Devaney and a nice hookup between Kurtz and Devaney to put it on about the 1 foot line. On the other side of the ledger, Milton just again, moving the ball almost to will. 280 yards rushing. Jimmy Highstand with a 162-yard first half output. Unbelievable. Ty Mitchell, 7 carries for 79 yards, but Milton really able to move the ball on the ground. Passing, we have Milton 3 for 8 for a total of 33 yards for 313 total offensive yards the first half. 9 first downs, 4 penalties, 35 yards. And 1 turnover, an interception, controversial. We don't have the luxury of instant replay, but Milton really taking care of the ball. Actually, both teams taking care of the ball. I think this second half is really going to turn on Mifflinburg's determination to put the ball in the air. They've shown they can move the ball through the air. They cannot run the ball. I look for Mifflinburg to come out and just feature the pass, and you have to like their chances. Tim Devaney has been open, and Zach Kurtz has been able to hit open receivers. So, they've got a long road to come back. They're 20 points down, but I think they're capable of putting some points up in a relatively short period of time.
There you see the captains out in the middle of the field. Milton will kick off to start this second half with the score 27-7, and Mifflinburg will be receiving the ball. Let's see, looking at Highstand, looks like he wants to kick off from the south end, and they will.
Again, not much advantage to the wind at all. If there's any advantage, Milton will have the wind behind them slightly in this third quarter.
So why wouldn't you kick off the other way and have the wind slightly behind you in the fourth quarter?
Because they're ahead. You know, I think that's a good call. It's, you know, that's showing a lot of confidence in your team. You're going to kick off, hopefully pin Mifflinburg deep, get the ball, put a couple scores on, and put the game away in the third quarter.
Are you squibbing it?
I am. I don't know if Milton is. I would not let Mr. Devaney touch that ball any more than he had to. And I would definitely not kick it deep.
There you see some of the crowd here in tonight's contest. Pretty good crowd on both sides. Of course, this is Milton's homecoming. Not a whole lot of festivities, homecoming festivities here at the stadium tonight. Had the parade earlier, and we'll be having the homecoming dance tomorrow.
Tomorrow, right. But a nice crowd, Mifflinburg, you know.
Yeah, they got them packed in over there on the other side.
Bringing a nice crowd, and again, it's just a kind of a rebirth of football for the Wildcats, and it's good to see a good competitive situation in the league. And again, you have to like the future of this program when you look at the roster. A lot of underclassmen, not only playing but playing important roles for Mifflinburg. So they're going to be a team heard from for next few years.
Austin Kerstetter will tee it up, and he will kick deep to Deacon Klein and Tim Devaney. They will be standing on their 10-yard line. Let's see, Kerstetter, he drives that baby, and it's going to Klein, and he fumbles it. He picks it back up, he's across the 10, the 15, and knocked down on a 16-yard line by
Philip Ingrick. Great hustle play, 32. I think
33, Roger Ball, 33.
Oh, it was 33, excuse me, Roger Ball.
Or Robert Morey.
We'll get it right. Give them all credit.
I tell you,
that was Rob Morey going down. Boy, he really hustled down the field. You can see him kind of focusing in on that the whole way down.
Special teams for Milton has really been awesome this year. We've seen Roger Ball make some tackles and knocked his hat off. Austin Kerstetter making game-saving tackles. Well, out of the eye they go. Kurtz, hands off, up the middle, nothing doing there.
Number 5, Flickinger. You know, for the life of me, I don't understand why they're trying to do that. They have had nothing.
Run into Bob Benyon there.
Well, that's a lot of
running into.
A lot of running into. You're right, Bob played an outstanding game. I mean, he takes away that left side. You don't run there.
2nd and 12, just underway here in the third quarter. From Milton's Alumni Field here in the 9th game of the season. Send Devaney in motion. Kurtz back to pass. He's got a little pressure, and he's going to be sacked. He is sacked on the 5-yard line. Gibbons in on there. He may have been the first one to get to him.
Well, the whole defensive front was there. I saw Benyon getting up. Boy,
yikes.
You know, that's the negative when you do have to pass now. The defense doesn't really have to respect that run. Mifflinburg has not been able to establish any kind of run, so that defensive front can really pin their ears back and come after Kurtz.
Chase Phillips is playing deep safety now. And he's kind of holding his hands up like, whoa, who am I watching? What am I doing? And it's 3rd and 22. Close in motion. And it's a handoff up the middle to Deacon Klein, and he'll get across the 5-yard line on the 6. So Klein should be punting out of his own end zone, and Milton will end up with good field position there. You see Bob Benyon get up off the bottom of the pile.
Well, you know, if you're Coach Max Snyder and the Milton coaching staff, you got to love this. You come out, you hold in the first defensive series. You actually get negative yardage for hold Mifflinburg to negative yardage, and you know you're going to come out of this now with great field position.
Mitchell standing on his own 40 as a low snap. Klein gets it up, and it goes straight up in the air. Mitchell takes it, and he fumbles it, and it is covered by
That was a flag on the play also. Well, Ty Mitchell looking to make a big play there, and you could see right at the last minute he kind of took a peek downfield to see where the coverage was, and the ball bounced off his chest. But good alert play by Jim Highstand to cover that.
We'll see what the call is here by Todd Desmond. Oh, and it's a hold against Milton, and you'll be able to hear that in a moment, as that was the preliminary call. They'll walk it off and then make the call. A couple of calls here that the Milton fans haven't liked.
You know, the coach, kind of a couple of unusual calls, really.
On the black, first down.
There was no run back on that, and to see that called, and I'm not saying it didn't happen, it's just kind of an unusual circumstance there. But Milton still coming out with pretty good field position, going to have the ball in their own territory.
1st and 10 on Mifflinburg's 45-yard line. Out of the bone they go. Phillips, the quarterback. Hand it off to Mitchell. He turns the corner. He's across the 40. He cuts it back. He's got one guy to beat, and he will beat him. Ty Mitchell, touchdown.
That was an unbelievable run. I mean, again, Ty Mitchell, there was a great block at the point, but Mitchell made that play himself. Talk about acceleration, Bob. And again, I just have to point out the attribute that he has as a running back is hitting the hole and then turning upfield and turning on the speed. That was an impressive run by Ty Mitchell.
Well, that's got to break your opponent's back.
Well, Milton now sitting with 2 backs over 100 yards, and we're just barely into the second half.
Barely. 9:35 to go. And we will be going to Chase Phillips for 2. And it's an option. Pitch to Highstand, and he's easily in for a 2-point conversion.
Well, now the wheels are starting to come off, Bob. And Mifflinburg, that's just absolutely not what they needed to have happen to open that second half. And, hey, Mr. Hickox, am I a prophet? You asked me about the win. You get a quick touchdown.
And we will be back with more third quarter action. Milton 35, Mifflinburg 7 in a moment.
Live regular season high school football on the Pennsylvania Cable Network. Friday nights at 7, regional rivals square off on PCN's Game of the Week. Catch the hard-hitting action of high school football every Friday on the Pennsylvania Cable Network.
Left side, cutting it back, and into the secondary is Clayball. Clayball toward the end zone and is tackled by Fink.
PCN Game of the Week leads up to live state football championships in December.
Back at Milton's Alumni Field, Mifflinburg just had something happen to them they didn't want to have happen. Milton scores again quickly. Kerstead puts that one on the ground, taken by one of the upmen. That'll be Deacon Klein. He's around the side. He's still on his feet, and he is swarmed there. Good tackle. Roger Ball in on that one, and then Ball be spotted on the 34-yard line. Is that time they kind of snuck Deacon Klein up as one of the upmen?
Yeah, they did. But, you know, you make a good point. Roger Ball making a great tackle. And again, you know, some of these kids on the special teams playing a very significant role all year, really hustling down the field. Mifflinburg has to make something happen this series.
They need to get points on the board. You are right. Kurtz at quarterback, out of the eye once again. And it's a pitch to Klein. He tries to get the corner, turns nice move, and he'll gain about 8 on that. And he's across the 40-yard line, and he'll be knocked down at the 43, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 2. 2nd and 2 for Mifflinburg on the Deacon Klein run.
Really as good a run as we've seen all night from that Mifflinburg offense.
Let's go defense!
2nd and 2. Out of the eye once again, Kurtz sends Devaney in motion. Hand off to Klein. He can't get the corner. And there is Jason Jarrett with a big hit and a loss of about 8.
Well, we haven't called Jarrett's name a lot offensively tonight, but defensively, he has been a force on the field. And, you know, quickness can manifest itself on the defensive side of the ball too, Bob.
And I think
I don't know where he came out of nowhere.
I think that's one of the things that the Black Panthers have missed on their defensive secondary is Jason Jarrett, because he's been out of there a couple of times with that hurt shoulder.
Now, when you have an athlete the caliber of Jason, I mean, wherever he's out of the lineup, you're going to know. And well, that was a big play defensively.
And there goes a nice pass play to Close, and that will move the sticks, and that'll be spotted right on the 50-yard line as Mifflinburg able to garner a first down.
Well, I've said this a couple times, but Zach Kurtz and Chase Phillips, these two quarterbacks, and both of them underclassmen. I tell you, these two young men have both had outstanding football games tonight. Kurt's kid really throws the ball very well.
And he's going to have to, because Mifflinburg had a whopping 12 yards rushing. They got more from Deacon Klein on that last play than they had in the first half. They send Close in motion. Kurtz back to pass. He's got a little pressure. He pulls it down, and it hole closes up deep as Bob Benyon, Andy Rance, meeting, as well as Phil Herman.
What a great athletic move. Bob Benyon from the backside, from his right defensive side position, taking an excellent pursuit angle on that, and Kurtz had no chance to get that off. You see a kid like Bob Benyon, who's in some ways as quick as some of the backs he's playing against are quicker.
2nd and 10, ball still on the 50-yard line. Send Devaney in motion. Kurtz back to pass. He's got a little pressure, and the hole closes up big time there.
Number 60, Nate Peterman, beat the block right off the snap. I mean, he was in the backfield instantly, and Kurtz had no chance to get that off.
You got to be saying, guys, can you give me a chance here? That's all I'm asking. Just give me a chance.
Well, the last two plays, Benyon was in the backfield instantly. That time, Nate Peterman beat the center right off the snap, and boy, that makes your defense look awfully good when you're getting that kind of penetration from your front.
Split backs. Kurtz back. A nice block right there. Kurtz has got to turn it upfield. He's got about 5 yards on that. Give it 6 yards on that. Ball spotted on the 36-yard line. He's shy of the first down.
Well, Kurtz made a nice play because once again, Peterman beats the center. Benyon beats his block, and those two guys were right in his face. But Kurtz made a great athletic move just to not only get back to the line of scrimmage, but get 2 or 3 yards.
4th and 6, Klein back to punt. They already ran one fake. Not this time, as Klein will kick that away from high stand, and it goes out of bounds on the 11-yard line.
Brandon Samsel with that punt. They changed punter.
Ah, okay.
And pretty good punt there.
And it'll be 1st and 10 with the ball on the 11-yard line. Milton has got to move the ball about 89 yards. And that'll take them about 3 plays. And they have covered some territory tonight.
Well, they've done it quickly. Defensively, you just have to shudder. Those kids one step, and it's history.
5 minutes and 37 seconds to go. Milton leads 35-7. Handoff goes nowhere. That'll be stopped for a loss as Jason Jarrett gets slammed down there. And let's see where they spot the ball. That's only looked like about a 3-yard loss on that. I think that's a pretty good spot for the Black Panthers, bringing up 2nd and 13. Out of the wishbone. It's an option. Phillips keeps the ball. Oh, he's got the corner turn. He's scampering towards the sideline, and he'll be close to the first down.
How's that for another running back?
It doesn't matter who they put in there, whether it's Jarrett, Gibbons, Phillips, Highstand, Mitchell.
A lot of interchangeable pieces to this offense. And Chase Phillips could be a legitimate running back in his own right. I mean, he's a tough runner. He's a hard runner, strong kid, and he's very quick.
And they move the sticks. And the ball is spotted on the 22-yard line. It's 1st and 10 from the 22 with 4:54 to go here in the third quarter. Out of the wishbone, inside handoff to Highstand. He tried to sprint to the outside and got drugged down.
You know how close he was to breaking that? It looked like he was going to turn that upfield, and all of a sudden you see one step and he's coming right at us, and that sideline, and I'll tell you, if it hadn't been for a shoestring tackle, he may have been off to the races again.
But anyway, it's a gain of 3. It'll bring up a 2nd and 7. I'm Bob Hickox along with Steve Bish, Tom Lindemove, Colleen Ernst, and Scott McVicker from Milton's Alumni Field. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 2.
Tony Gibbons with a nice run up the middle, and a little different look in the backfield. Gibbons at fullback, and now Jarrett and Highstand as the halfbacks.
Are they going to
That's going to be, they're going to measure
it?
Yeah, they are.
I'm not even going to call it because I've been wrong every time. Well, what do you think, Steve?
Oh, you call it, then I'll take the other guess, and I'll be right.
First down.
So it'll be short.
No, it's short. It's about a foot. Oh, I got to give up.
Bob, look at it this way. You're consistent.
I'm consistent, all right. Consistently wrong.
3:57 left in his third quarter, and Milton on the move. And you know, Bob, you think back over the game, Mifflinburg really hasn't taken anything away from this Milton offense. If Milton has stopped, they've stopped themselves, and that's only happened a couple of times.
Yeah. It'll bring up a 3rd and less than 1. Oop, try to call him off. Phillips with the quarterback sneak, and he still got that line moving, and he'll get the first down on that.
Well, tempers are starting to flare. A little frustration showing. You know, you have to believe Mifflinburg came into this game feeling very confident, not cocky, but feeling that they had a chance to play with this Milton team. After an impressive win over Montoursville, you had to wonder how good they were. And I think the difference has been the fronts for Milton and Mifflinburg. I think Milton's experience has shown a little bit, and their overall team speed.
First and 10 for the Black Panthers on the 35-yard line. Mitchell trying to find a hole. There, he's got it cut. And he turns it back for a gain of about 8 yards on that one. He was so patient on that, Steve.
He's has really impressed me all season, but as the season's gone along, he's become such a smart runner. He doesn't waste any energy. He when he sees a hole, he cuts it up. But again, that was a great example of being patient and just taking what the defense gives you. Which was a 9-yard gain.
9-yard gain on it. He just waited and waited and waited till he saw the hole, and then he cut it up for a 9-yard gain. Highstand in motion with the pitch to Highstand. He's trying to get the corner turn. He's got to cut inside. He does not get it turned, but I believe he gets the first down.
Well, Bob, this time I'll agree with you.
Gee, thanks, Steve. He gets the first down on that one. And again, Highstand's feet look like they were in like fast forward. And he just kind of waited and waited and waited, and he just couldn't get the corner turned on that one, but he was able to get enough for the first down, which is the important thing. Stay inbounds, keeps the clock moving here with less than 3 minutes to go in the third. Here comes the blitz. And it goes to Mitchell. He's got a turn. He's across the 50. He's across the 35 and knocked down to the 33-yard line. One man away from another score.
Well, Tim Devaney, this young man is an exceptional athlete. Devaney was ready to tackle Mitchell, and he got an armful of grass. Ty put a move on him, and Devaney literally went face first into the ground.
And that'll move the sticks once again. It's 1st and 10 on the 35-yard line as the Milton machine continues to march on in this scoring drive.
Boy, they are doing this very machine-like. I would agree with that, Bob. They have been impressive.
Ooh, Gibbons delivering the hit there for that 5-yard gain. Nice tackle there by number 34, Kyle Heimbach, but Gibbons delivered the blow. He didn't take it.
You know, kind of the forgotten man. He doesn't get a lot of the glory, but I tell you, he's in there, gets the tough yards, good lead blocker.
Roger Ball in there now.
And I tell you, with Roger Ball, trust me, they don't lose anything. Very capable runner himself.
And it goes to high stand, and he will get knocked back a yard. That inside handoff doesn't get much going. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 6. And every time they've had a situation like this, they've run something off tackle or maybe around the end, a sweep, pitch out.
Well, I'll tell you, they've had a lot of success with the option in this kind of down distance situation. So let's see if they go back to Chase Phillips.
Phillips pitches the ball. He's got a hole. He's got the 1st down. I think on the spot there, he's going to have the 1st down on that.
It appeared like he crossed the 25, which would give him a 1st down. Yep.
They're going to stop the clock. They're going to eyeball it, and 1st down.
A good run by Roger Ball. Just, again, turning the ball upfield and just making sure he got that 1st down yardage.
Lower the shoulder and make the hit. And it's 1st and 10, Milton on the 25-yard line as they've got 1:12 to go here in this 4th quarter. Not only are they on a potential scoring drive, but, Steve, they're eating the clock up.
They are. Mark Erb in the backfield now. So Max Snyder giving his regulars a rest. Erb with the carry.
Ooh. Knocked down just shy of the 20-yard line.
Roger Ball back in the game. Coach Max Snyder now getting some of his second-team runners in the game, and these second-team runners could play for a lot of high school teams in this area.
Absolutely.
A lot of talent there.
Out of the wishbone once again. There goes the pitch to Ball. He's across the 25. He's across the 20. He's down to the 15, and he may have another 1st down depending on the spot ball. It's right on the 15. He may be just a little shy. Let's see where they spot this puppy, and it'll be right on the 15-yard line, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and inches.
Young man's running with a lot of determination, isn't he?
And that'll be the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll be back with the final 12 minutes of action. Milton 35, Mifflinburg 7.
Your local sporting goods store in Milton is ready for the fall hunting season. Hit the woods in camouflage clothing, caps, face masks, and jackets. Get to your special spot with one of our tree stands from Summit, API Outdoor, and Loggy Bayou, and some of the best names in game calls, like Top Call, Boyers, and Buck Gardner. Whether it's ammunition or muzzle-loading accessories, from archery to decoys, we have the supplies to keep the avid hunter equipped, right here at Blue Heron Sports Incorporated, Route 405 South in Milton.
Hey, Central PA, Route 15, 2 miles north of Lewisburg is where you'll find the finest in furniture and bedding under the sky. Silver Moon Furniture and Bedding has a complete line of furnishings for your entire house. Men, Silver Moon has a huge selection of recliners and sofas for the football season. Ladies, solid wood dining rooms and bedrooms for after the games. There's also bunk beds for the kids. Your next place should be for the Silver Moon and Bedding, Route 15 north of Lewisburg at the flea market. Mary Jo and Kim are waiting for you. Open daily 9 to 6, phone 568-6131.
Here we are, ready to start the final 12 minutes of this contest. Out of the wishbone once again goes Phillips as it's 3rd and inches. Up the middle goes, I think that's Roger Ball.
Roger Ball, the carry. Good hard run, and boy, you like to see that. A kid just turning up, both hands on the ball, getting that first down yard, keeping the chains moving, and these kids get a chance to play under the lights, and they're going to make the most of it, Bob.
Roger Ball is senior, so they have Gibbons, Ball, and Erb in the backfield. Chase Phillips, the quarterback. And it's a pitch to Ball. He turns it back towards the inside, and he's just plowed under there for a gain of a couple.
Boy, good team pursuit there by Mifflinburg. They're flying to the ball. And I tell you, it's not for lack of effort. And Mifflinburg, hasn't played that badly. They're just, this is really, I think, a very good example, Bob, of what team speed can do. When you're outmatched, it's very difficult to compete.
That's for sure, and it's a 2nd and 9. Ball spotted on the inside the 10-yard line. Ooh, there's a good hit early at the line of scrimmage. Was that Roger Ball on that one?
The initial hit was by Ryan Emery. He
put a pretty good lick on.
Yeah, he did. He because he misses that tackle, and that play might go for a touchdown. It's going to be 3rd and about 6, long 6. Ball's on about the 6, maybe just outside.
Yeah, they can still get a first down on the 1. And it's another option. Phillips is going to run through the end zone. Touchdown, Chase Phillips. He is now the 4th Milton player to score a touchdown tonight. Seven-yard run, Chase Phillips for the touchdown as he just looked towards that right side pylon and just ran right to it.
Well, again, just engineering this offense to perfection, and a young man just has not made mistakes tonight and makes good decisions, and he makes them all the time. And he's a good athlete to boot. You put all that together and have a good offense.
Austin Kerstetter tees that. Get ready to tee it up here out of the hold of Stu Sumner. Low snap, bobbled, the kick is up, and that one's good.
Stu Sumner doing a great job again of getting that ball down. He's done a good job tonight.
42-7, Milton in control of this contest early in the 4th quarter. We'll come back here in just a moment. Milton 42 and Mifflinburg 7.
Comcast Sportsnet has the most coverage of the Flyers all season long. At 6:30, start live with First Union Sports Night, including a game preview and the latest Flyers update. Then at 7, Comcast Sportsnet brings you more Flyers games than any other network. And after the clock hits 0, we wrap up our coverage with Dodge Presents Flyers Post Game Live, featuring interviews with the players and coaches, game highlights and analysis. There's only one place for the most coverage of the Flyers all season long. Comcast Sportsnet.
For the ultimate entertainment, it's HBO and Cinemax. Only HBO has the world watching with the biggest epic miniseries of all time. Award-winning originals. And extraordinary music events. Cinemax delivers exclusive Hollywood premieres. And the biggest variety of box office hits on pay TV. The very best television has to offer is on HBO and Cinemax.
Austin Kerstetter, people probably get tired of us saying that, kicks it deep, taken by Flickinger. He's across the 15, he's got a little seam, and he's out to the 30-yard line. Let's just recap the scoring here. At 8:02, Jim Highstand had a 3-yard run for a touchdown. Extra point was good. Milton 7-0. At 4:45 in the first, 66-yard run by Jim Highstand. Extra point no good. 13-0. Ty Mitchell then ran a 7-yard touchdown at 6:44 in the second. 19-0. Two-point attempt no good. We'll come back. 1st and 10 for Mifflinburg. Do they have a change of quarterbacks? They do.
Yeah, they do. Both teams have a lot of reserves, and now we'll try to get some of these names out.
Mifflinburg's only score came when Deacon Klein had a 1-yard touchdown run in the second. Then Stu Sumner caught a 20-yard pass for a touchdown. Ty Mitchell had a 46-yard run, and Chase Phillips had a 17-yard run, or excuse me, had a 7-yard run, and that's where we're at now. 42-7 in the clock. We'll just keep on rolling.
Well, Clay Gessner, number 13, senior quarterback, now in for the Mifflinburg Wildcats.
And ooh, that was ugly. The handoff goes to Samsel, and he goes backwards on that. What, was that a fumble?
Yes, it was. I didn't see that.
And it is a fumble. Milton comes down with the ball.
That was Milton's second defense in there. Really playing aggressive defense.
Let's see who comes back into quarterback number 14, Mike Swaggart. He is a sophomore.
Well, Milton getting their second offense in there and getting some of these young men a chance to play. I'll tell you, Coach Snyder has done a great job at getting young kids into games and getting a lot of game experience this year, and that has to help your program in the long run.
There's Roger Ball. He is across the 25. You'll be close to the 22-yard line. There you can see who's in there. Robert Morey, number 33. Herb, 24. Ball, 44. It'll bring up a 2nd and 2. Handoff up the middle. Robert Morey, touchdown!
Robert Morey just
burned
lit it up. He did. Great run by Rob Morey. Got to be very excited. That's a
22?
20, I didn't see the exact ball. About 20, 25.
25? Robert Morey scores.
It doesn't matter who carries it.
Or what team is in. The points come early, they come often. It is now 48-7 with 8:18 to go. And they will attempt an extra point here. They will have another kicker.
This is Rob Morey. Rob's gonna kick. Mike Swaggart to hold.
There's something you don't see every day. Swaggart, it's a high snap. The kick is down and it's up, and it's good.
Good job, Mike Swaggart, getting that ball down. I tell you, he and Stu Sumner done a great job. That's not easy to do.
It is now 49-7. Milton is in control of this contest. We'll be back with the remainder of this contest after this timeout.
Kind of spirit sweeping our great nation. It's pure family entertainment. If your family like a glove, it's called PAX TV. Yeah, PAX. Share it with someone you love. Share it with someone you care for. Share it with someone you hug. Share it with someone you love.
PCN Tours on the Pennsylvania Cable Network. Sunday night at 8, PCN Tours takes you inside manufacturing and historical sites for a behind-the-scenes look at Pennsylvania industry and culture. CCN tours exclusively on the Pennsylvania Cable Network.
New kicker as Austin Kerstetter stands on the sideline for the first time all year as Robert Morey is...
Now Morey scores a touchdown, kicks the extra point, and kicks off.
Gotta like that, I tell you.
Good to see these kids getting a chance to play. And Robert, excellent athlete and
good sprinter.
Helps this team, does a lot on special teams, and a good running back in his own right.
Pretty good kick, and it's taken by one of the up men, Seth Bilger. He tries to get a return right going, and he is caught from behind. Not exactly sure who, a lot of people in on that. Jason Shutt was in on that.
I think that was Seth Perrin, a 42.
42?
Yeah, I think that was Seth Perrin that caught him from behind. Ran him down. Good job, Seth.
And a whole lot of other folks in there that we're not used to seeing. Keshner as the quarterback for the Wildcats. As the clock will just keep on running. Handoff up the middle. Let's see if we can see who that is. Number 21 is Brad Catherman. He is a sophomore. When you talk about underclassmen on the Mifflinburg squad, that's virtually everybody, no matter what team they're on.
Yeah, really a young squad there, and the nucleus of an excellent team coming back next year.
They bring up a 2nd and 6. Handoff up the middle once again. That goes for a couple-yard gain. I'm not exactly sure who that was on that carry.
Well, both coaches getting a lot of players in. And maybe the only good thing about a lopsided win for both coaches, you get a chance to get some of your other kids in and see what they can do.
And that pass is caught. It was tipped at the line of scrimmage. Was tipped by Adam Stonenecker, but the pass was caught anyway, and that'll move the chains for a first down. I tell you, coming into tonight's game, Steve, I honestly thought it would be a lot closer than this.
Well, I tell you what I anticipated. I anticipated Mifflinburg throwing the ball a little more.
Yes.
And actually, I think hindsight, they could have done that earlier in the game. The second half they tried to, and they were playing catch-up, but they had some success throwing the ball. They definitely could not run the ball against that Milton front. Really struggled with that, and you just have to wonder if you could go back and do it again, if throwing the ball might not have opened up that running game a little bit.
You almost have to go to like the Glenn Smith from Warrior Run, where you're throwing 30 times a game. If you can get it done that way, then maybe that's what you have to do.
They've had some success running the ball against other teams, but they just did not match up front very well with Milton, and you have to go to plan B.
Oh, and there's a little stumblage at the point of attack there, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 3. Catherman, I believe, on the carry. I tell you, if you're a player on this Milton squad and you're an underclassman, you've got some playing time this year.
Yeah, they have had some playing time, and again, that's a lot of credit to the coaching staff for getting those kids in.
Handoff up the middle, still driving. I don't know if the ball popped out of there. I don't think so, but it's close to a first down. Depending on the spot, it looks like it may be a first down for the Mifflinburg Wildcats. And they will signal first down, move the sticks. Clock continues to roll with 4 minutes and 39 seconds.
Well, I have a feeling that when this score is posted throughout the league, it's going to raise a lot of eyebrows. And
Is it going to raise some eyebrows up in Montoursville?
Yeah, it is. It is. And for a time in many years where you could go up to Montoursville and can go in as a heavily favored team. Montoursville, just an excellent program. Coach Jim Bergen up. You know, Milton, they run the table here. They're going to go into district playoffs, probably the number 2 seed, and could be sitting pretty nice. Like their chances of moving into the state playoffs.
It's a 2nd and 5 for Mifflinburg. Handoff to Heath Durr, and he'll be stopped for a gain of about 2 on net. We've got to be starting to think about our player of the game.
Bob, that's a tough call tonight. A lot of kids have just had really outstanding games, but you know, you look at that backfield. Everyone that's had their hands on the ball has done something great.
And a lot of people had their hands on the ball, and a lot of people have scored touchdowns. Touchdowns have come early. They've come often here at Alumni Field. And that pass is broken up. That was in the hands of Robert Hawley.
Yeah, I don't know if it was broken up or he just dropped it. I thought that was complete initially.
So did I. I thought maybe, but I didn't see anybody jump on it like it was a fumble. Well, Jim Highstand scored a couple of touchdowns. Ty Mitchell scored a couple of touchdowns. Stu Sumner scored 1.
Defense
Chase
has played
Phillips scored 1.
You know, I think we have to say the defense has been outstanding. It's not been one individual. It's just been a great team effort. There's a fumble.
And everybody piles on there.
Defensively, I was saying, you look at Peterman and Benyon and Rance and
Milton has it.
Bo Furman and the secondary defended the pass really well. This has been a real team effort, Bob, any way you look at it.
It'll be 1st and 10, and the ball will be spotted on the 42-yard line. Two minutes and 11 seconds. And you just start a little bit early, goes Corey Reedy.
Corey was a little anxious there.
He wanted to get that play run.
No legal procedure on the offense. 1st down.
And Swaggart, the quarterback, be the quarterback of the future, but would you say Phillips a junior?
Yeah.
Up the middle goes
Mark Erb.
He runs into a pile. He's still on his feet. Herb just squirted out of there for a big play and a flag on top of it.
I believe number 2, John Richardson, I think a little push after the play. It might be another 15 tacked onto that.
Let's see what happens here. But he just came squirting right out of there, goes Herb, and then he runs into a pile, and then he breaks it to the outside. And a little bit of shoving to the outside to get out of bounds. Let's see what the call is here with 1:50 to go. Yeah, wait a minute, guys. You can't go until the penalty has been marked off. That's a big 15-yarder. Unsportsmanlike, I'm sure. Let's see what Todd does.
Dead ball, personal foul, late hit on the defense. It's going
to be a first down.
First down.
And we're going to have a timeout here as Milton calls the timeout. As they bring a couple more players in, Max goes in. You know, if you're on the JV squad now, all of a sudden the varsity coach is coming out to talk to you.
Well, hey, we've said it many times. These kids work as hard as anyone else. They put in the time in practice, and You can't go out and say to kids, fall down and don't score.
No,
They're they're trying to do their very best, and again, it's not a matter of running up the score, trying to rub it in. It's just a matter of, hey, here's some other kids, take their shot, and execute as well as you can.
There tells it all at Alumni Field. 7 for Mifflinburg, 49 for Milton with a $1:50 left on the clock. Let's see, Mifflinburg is huddling up here. I guess they've got a couple of seconds left. Milton called the timeout. And I'm not exactly, that's the coach is in there, that's why. And it is a 1st and 10 on the 16-yard line for the Black Panthers. And are they just going to down it? Yeah.
Yep. That's a class move by Milton. There's no need to put more points on the board. You've made a statement tonight, and the shoe can always be on the other foot.
And Steve and I are going to be picking our player of the game. I'll tell you, it's going to be tough.
Well, this is tough. I mean, Bob, this is one of those games where there wasn't one player that really stood out. And I don't know, maybe we're breaking precedent here, but, I'll tell you what my vote is. I would have a hard time picking out one guy that was the outstanding player. Jim Highstand, Ty Mitchell, Chase Phillips, Bob Benyon, Nick Peterman. These kids all had great games. And you take any of those kids out of there, and you don't know if the score is the way it is. So am I hedging my bet? You bet I am. I have a hard time picking one of those kids over any of them.
I'll tell you, it's really going to be difficult. I'd like to say the player of the game is the whole Milton offense.
Well, and the defense. I mean,
and the defense.
My vote, and we haven't checked with the chief, but I think you do a disservice to a football team to try to pick out one kid. This was a total team effort on both sides of the football, and you get a lot of yards sometimes because you got some kids doing a tremendous job up front blocking for you.
Highstand, a couple of touchdowns. Mitchell, a couple of touchdowns, and the clock runs down. Milton wins over Mifflinburg by a score of 49-7. Any final thoughts, Steve?
Well, I think Milton definitely made a statement tonight. I think everybody was kind of anxious to see just how these two teams would match up. We weren't sure. I thought Mifflinburg would throw the ball a little more effectively, but to Milton's credit, that defense stood tall and really gave up very little. Milton is definitely a team to be reckoned with in this playoffs.
All right. Like I said, Highstand, a couple of touchdowns. Mitchell, a couple of touchdowns. Sumner, a touchdown. Phillips, a touchdown. And Morey, a touchdown as they came early and they came off in touchdowns. Milton, 49, Mifflinburg, 7. For Colleen Ernst, Tom Lendemuth, Scott McVicker, and my partner, Steve Bish, I'm Bob Hickok saying good night, everyone. We'll see you next time right here on CCN.